All right, everybody. Happy Saturday. We're tracking some storms out there right now, so let's get right to it. But I see a lot of people already saying hello on YouTube. Already seeing people from Daytona Beach writing in. Yasmin on YouTube, let us know where your lightning is coming from as well. And also some people writing in from Orlando, so definitely write in and tell us what you're seeing out your window. But let's ultimately break it down of what we're seeing with those storms right now. Probably a little bit much on the radar. We are seeing some special weather statements really popping up across the region. So those are just storms that we're seeing with a lot of lightning and some very gusty winds. But those are just storms that we're keeping an eye on for the National Weather Service, with the possibility of becoming severe. They are on the stronger side, however, they are not at that severe strength. So let's just start down from the top bottom and start off from Palm Coast down to Flagler Beach. Josh writing in from Orlando, and again, keep those storm reports coming. One that just caught my eye right here is Eric on YouTube saying that he got a power surge. Lots of people writing in from Daytona Beach. People hearing a lot of lightning, but no, hearing a lot of thunder, but no lightning. Deltona, haven't seen any lightning quite yet, but there is a storm that's going to be on the way. So let's just break it down. Let's start off in Palm Coast and keep those storm reports coming both on Facebook, on YouTube, and we are also on Fox Local as well. So definitely come in and stay high. And Yasmin, seeing that you're a storm spotter, yeah, definitely write those in as we head through the stream. So it should be pretty quick. We'll come in just for a little bit, just to break down what's currently happening on the radar. But just north of Palm Coast and Flagler County, seeing some thunder and lightning just to the north of Palm Coast, right on the St. John's border. As we continue down towards Flagler Beach, seeing a lot of lightning, and Daytona Beach, seeing a lot of lightning as well. Let me check on our camera. We'll possibly switch over to that very briefly. So Daytona Beach, seeing a lot of lightning. So if you are out there, Daytona, Ormond Beach, even down to New Smyrna, make sure you get inside pretty quickly. I'm going to switch gears just a little bit. Let me see if I can find our Daytona Beach camera very, very quickly. Of course, I have every other camera here except our Daytona camera. Let me just pull that in real quick, because we are seeing a lot of heavy, heavy rain there at the moment. So here is our Daytona Beach camera, what we're pulling in at right now. And yeah, lots and lots of rain. Still seeing a couple people trying to possibly wait out the storm along the beach, but that heavy rain, and we just saw a lot of lightning a couple of minutes ago. Yeah, that was a flicker right there. Yasmin saying that you're on Daytona Beach side and you're getting some lightning and your power is flickering. That's good to know. So if you're in the Daytona Beach area, definitely be careful, because we're seeing a lot of lightning. And again, keeping an eye on that power surges that's happening through the region, according to some viewers right here. But a lot of lightning in the area. Just to the east of Daytona Beach, almost 400 lightning strikes. So seeing that lightning really prevalent along Daytona Beach right here. So yeah, definitely let us know if you are in the Daytona Beach down to Port Orange, Ponce Inlet, New Smyrna, even down to Edgewater. Definitely write in. I want to know how bad that rain is of what you're seeing. Seeing a couple people writing in from Massachusetts. Hey, in my neck of the woods. And people from Orlando saying that the rain has gotten better. Let's make our way down the coast. We talked about Daytona, seeing a lot of lightning up there. Also seeing a lot of lightning in northern Brevard County, seeing this lightning count really pick up just north of Mims, Titusville. I'm checking out that camera right now. Just looks like a lot of dark clouds where our camera is in Titusville. But when we head over to Orange County, I want to pull up our Bithlo camera in a hot second. But we can see northern I-95 corridor, seeing a lot of lightning down towards Mims and Titusville as well. Let's make our way down the coast, and then we'll make our way down past Orlando too. We can see Titusville seeing a good amount of rain. Cape Canaveral not quite in that rain yet, but you're going to be seeing all of these showers that are currently over the I-95 corridor and continuing to make its way towards Cape Canaveral. Seeing Nefelty writing in from Apopka on Facebook. We'll write there in a second. Yasmin, again, thank you so much for writing in and being our Daytona storm spotter right there. Currently experiencing heavy winds and lots of lightning on the beach in Daytona. You live a block from the Hard Rock. Okay, so glad to know that our Hard Rock camera is coming in handy with that one. Eastern Orange County and also Eastern Osceola County seeing a lot of lightning as well. But back down towards Indian River County, a lot of lightning down there. I wouldn't be surprised if this goes severe, but that's not going to affect our area. We cover through Brevard County, so we're not too worried about this. However, just keeping tabs on that as well. Seeing a lot of people from out of state writing in. Folks from Massachusetts. Katie on YouTube watching from Massachusetts. Erica is watching in from Arizona. Glenn, you're hearing thunder from North Palm Coast. Yeah, so Palm Coast up in Flagler County. We can see a lot of lightning up there, but we're also seeing a good amount of lightning starting to fizzle out across Palm Bay as well. Michael, you're in southern Brevard County, so right where we're looking right now. And it's getting ready to storm. And yes, you are absolutely right. We have a storm in southern Brevard County. That's right now in central Osceola County, and we're seeing a lot of lightning with that. So real quick, I'm going to put this on a stop. So this is live forecasting right here, folks. I keep it pretty point blank. If I see something, I let you know. And just even going back, this is 15 minutes ago, about 4:30, backing up right here. A little bit of a radar lesson for everyone. So we can see all of these storms. This was about 15 minutes ago. And you can see this boundary right here. I'm going to highlight it and draw over it. Keep an eye on that boundary because this ultimately is really firing up those storms across central Osceola County right now. So Kissimmee, if anyone's watching from there, you're probably seeing a lot of rain, a lot of lightning right now because I'm going to play this closely. And again, keep an eye on that very, very faint green line. And as we continue to go through, again, this is just in the past 15 minutes, all of these storms are continuing to fire up. And right here is where I'm watching specifically in central Osceola County along the Florida Turnpike. This is also going to be affecting those storms that are right over the theme parks right now. So if anyone is watching in Disney, Universal area, Epic Universe, yeah, there we go, as well as the airport is possibly seeing a little bit of delays due to lightning. Epic Universe, if you are in Universal, SeaWorld, I'm going to see if I can try to close in on all those areas right now. But Epic Universe, you are probably seeing a good amount of rain at least half the park for sure. SeaWorld, you're on the outskirts of a thunderstorm, but I wouldn't be surprised if this continues to pick up and become much more widespread through the next couple of minutes. Disney, though, Disney looks okay. Maybe a couple of very scattered showers over the Disney Springs area. And where's Epcot? Epcot's over here. Magic Kingdom, Animal Kingdom, Hollywood Studios is over here. So Disney looks like you're in the clear for at least the next couple of minutes. But ultimately, I think these storms are going to get worse before they get better. Luckily, though, I think if we are going to be seeing a severe chance, it's going to be within the next 45 minutes to an hour. Most of these storms continuing to push off the coast, so that's something that we're watching very closely. And I'm going to put this back on a loop and then go over areas across Orlando because we're seeing that storm right here bubbling up just south of the theme parks. But something that we as meteorologists really look at is that lightning count right here. So we're seeing that lightning count kind of going down but kind of going back up as well. And we can see with thunderstorms as they kind of suck in that air, it brings air really high up in the atmosphere. And as you've flown in a plane before, it gets really cold in the higher atmosphere. So when that air goes up, it cools down, and cool air is more dense than warm air. So once that air gets super cold up in the high atmosphere, it drops to the ground and almost acts like a water balloon. So once a water balloon hits the ground, all the water kind of just spreads out. And that's what that little faint green line that we were keeping an eye on the radar, that has the ability to add a little bit of lift in the atmosphere and fire off new storms. So I am really keeping an eye on all of these thunderstorms for that little outflow boundary, and keeping an eye especially in this area. So north central Osceola County, moving into eastern Orlando, probably closer to Bithlo as well. And that's where I'm keeping an eye on our radar camera as well, seeing if I can see any lightning there. Not yet, but it most likely will be coming soon. But this is the area that I'm watching in particular. Probably from about Bithlow, UCF area, all the way down to, let me close in and find a good spot with that one. Osceola County, central Osceola County, so mid-Florida Turnpike. Area is a little bit closer north of Yeehaw Junction for sure. But right within that central area of Osceola County is where I'm going to be keeping an eye on through the next couple of minutes, because this thunderstorm right here, I think it's going to continue to grow as it continues to almost collide with this boundary as it continues to move eastward, but we're keeping an eye on that as we head through the rest of the evening. Lots of folks writing in with their storm reports. Thank you so much. Let's drive through a couple. Just drove through it from Port Orange to Titusville. Yeah, Kathy, lots of rain. Dozens of people pulled off on the road because of the blinding rain. Yeah, you do not want to be driving through this right now. Storming here in Titusville. In Davenport has no rain. Let's take a look at Orange County now that it's on my mind. Yeah, so we have a little thunderstorm kind of moving out of the theme park. So if we do see any more rain, maybe a couple showers more closer to the Lake Buena Vista area. But if you're in Epic Universe, SeaWorld, any of the theme park iDrive districts, looks like this thunderstorm is going to continue to move out towards the airport, which I will check right now because we are seeing those storms popping over to our current delays camera. Oh my goodness, you can even see anything on our Daytona Beach camera. We'll check one more look at that. And it looks like all flights are grounded until 5:30. Taking a look at our international delay camera. And we're going to keep an eye on those storms for sure. But taking a look at our National Weather Service chat just to keep an eye on to see if they're seeing any storms right there. And with this storm, right now we're not seeing anything crazy, but National Weather Service is kind of pinging a lot of storms across the area. Not that they are strong enough to become severe, but they're almost there. But again, if you're just joining us, it is a stormy afternoon here in Central Florida. Kind of doing a big picture once again. We were checking in to see a lot of rain on Daytona Beach, and we are seeing a lot of lightning there as well. Let me check our Melbourne chat. So Melbourne is the National Weather Service that covers most of Central Florida, and I am right now looking at a lot of lightning and seeing that lightning increase. Oops, there we go. Come on, camera, keep me on. Seeing a lot of lightning, especially through the Daytona area, and something that I do want to focus in on, and this is something that we look at when we're really tracking tornadoes, but because of these storms kind of colliding, we have this upper level low in the atmosphere, and that allows for a lot of flow from west to east. That's why all of these storms are moving from west to off the east coast. But when we also see that one area of sea breeze coming in, we have also the eastern sea breeze coming into action. It creates this boundary, and more often than not, we see the possibility of a little bit of rotation, possibly not strong enough to be a tornado. However, we need to keep an eye on these things, and that's exactly what I'm seeing right here, ever so briefly, just south of Daytona. I'm not worried about it quite yet. However, I'm clocking it in, and just now the National Weather Service said that they are keeping an eye on that as well. And we're going to continue to keep an eye on that as it makes its way off the coast. But right now, seeing just very broad and light rotation with this storm. And this is something that we're going to continue to watch. But again, not really seeing anything too eye-popping when it comes to rotation. It's just very typical when we do see, especially two boundaries collide. That's more often than not where we do see just that little bit of rotation where it's strong enough to just be a little concerning, but not strong enough to be enough to really build up that possibility of a tornado. But overall, let's kind of do a big picture look once again and keep those storm reports coming. This is actually really helpful. Seeing those storms and kind of seeing also cross-checking. I'm focusing in on YouTube right now, seeing a couple of folks writing in that they are seeing a lot of rain Hearing thunder and lightning again from Yasmin. Scrolling up a little bit more. Heavy rain. Again, Yasmin, thank you so much for your write-ins. No rain in Edgewater, but Edgewater, you're going to be seeing a good amount of rain just within the next couple of minutes. Yeah, there's a thunderstorm right over I-95 that's going to continue to move eastward. So who's writing in from Edgewater? Brandon writing in Edgewater. You will probably see some lightning in a few minutes as well as that storm. All right, yeah, Daytona Beach. Seeing a lot of folks writing in from there. And yeah, we're seeing a lot of rain. So someone write in that it's good napping weather. I kind of agree, but thunderstorms, especially for me, I like to watch thunderstorms, but especially inside where it's safe on a radar, for sure. Got some thunder in Palm Bay from the cells out west. Yes. Palm Bay further down south. I wanted to check up on Palm Coast. We were keeping an eye on a thunderstorm earlier on. But Palm Bay down in Brevard County. And it's a good thing we are kind of checking in on Palm Bay again. Yes, seeing Palm Bay, seeing some rain right now, but just off to the west, seeing a lot of lightning, and this is what's going to continue to track eastward. So something that I want to just do real quick, backing out ever so briefly, we're kind of seeing this line start to develop. So big picture, Daytona basically all the way down to Yeehaw Junction and basically back down, whoa, towards Port Charlotte. Yeah, really big line is what we're seeing here. And we're going to wrap this up probably in about 10 minutes. I just wanted to hop on and talk a little bit real quick because golf is on Fox right now, and we are going to be on a newscast. Fingers crossed if golf ends on time at 6, and that'll go until 7 p.m. But for now, we're kind of just in this little bit of a waiting period of when golf ends. So ultimately just wanted to hop on and give everyone a very quick weather update. So I'll wrap this up in about 10 minutes. So again, let us know where you're seeing your storm reports on Facebook. I'm sorry, I've been ignoring you a little bit. Let me hop back on there. And let me see what people are focusing in on here. Yeah, lots of people saying that it's cloudy. They're seeing a lot of rain on Facebook. Thank you so much for your reports there. But yeah, let's just go again from top to bottom. And what I'm going to do is pop on our special weather statements. Map is going to look a little bit busier, but we'll break it down together. So special weather statements is just storms that the National Weather Service is watching because either it's seeing the possibility of some very gusty wind, the possibility of hail, possibility of torrential rain. If it's a threat, they usually tag it just for the possibility of safety of, hey, you might want to watch this storm within the next couple of minutes. So what it's looking like right now is the National Weather Service is letting this special weather statement go as that rotation that we were talking about earlier, just very, very briefly with the Daytona Beach area. We mentioned a little bit earlier that we were keeping an eye on just very brief rotation. So I want to turn off the lightning very quickly and take a look at that, taking a look at the storm relative velocity. That has seemed to go away, so that's good. Daytona Beach, that is right now out of that special weather statement, and just seeing a lot of that heavy rain. And if Yasmin is still watching on YouTube, definitely write in to let us know what you're seeing out there. How long do you think we have in Daytona Beach? Let us check. All right, so it looks like this storm is moving out ever so slightly. Let me put on a track with this one. Looks like it's moving. Oops. Yeah, there we go. Looks like this storm is moving off the coast pretty quickly. So it's moving 18 miles per hour. So let's check here. Time of arrival. It'll probably be off the coast within the next 15 minutes. So you got a little bit longer if you're in the Daytona Beach, probably 15 minutes to a half hour. I would say that storm is going to be moving out pretty quickly. But something cool in a product that I really like here, if I back out just a little bit, let's just focus in on the coast right now, and then we'll focus back down across Osceola County in a second. But popping back on that lightning, because lightning, again, the main threat. If you ever hear any thunder, make sure you get inside as quick as possible. I cannot stress lightning safety enough here. But Yasmin, probably, focusing in on from Facebook, hopping over to, from YouTube over to Facebook. So happy you're joining us there again. But yeah, you're in Daytona Beach and you've done a really good job kind of keeping me informed. And then we'll hop back down to Kissimmee because I see a couple people writing in on YouTube with that. But this entire line, focusing in from Daytona Beach down to Titusville in particular, we can see this line. Oops. Hold on. Let's see if I can draw a little bit of a better line. Ignore that. Here we go. Tracing that leading edge of this. It is moving 18 miles per hour. So yeah, if you're in any of these areas right now, and let me do this real quick. Okay. So if you're in any of these areas, by the New Smyrna Yacht Club, the Space Coast region, Shiloh Beach, Indian River, Canaveral National Seashore, Playa Linda Beach. So we're pretty much going halfway down, or probably about a quarter down, sticking it from Volusia County down to northern Brevard County by the Space Coast and the Kennedy Space Center. If you're in any of these areas, you're going to be seeing that storm within the next couple of minutes. But luckily, I think this should be pretty much out of here and probably just on the outer shores of Brevard within the next half hour or so. So 5:39, yeah, probably within the next half hour or so, the last of the inlets should be seeing these storms finally start to move out. So that's what we're seeing right there as we talk about timing of this. So Yasmin, probably seeing a little bit more of those storms probably within the next 20 minutes, half hour. And we're seeing, again, a lot of lightning. This is that lightning cluster that we were keeping an eye on earlier on. And I'm going to turn off these special weather statements because I know this map definitely can look a little bit busy. But back down again towards the theme parks, let's focus in on the airport. And if you're just joining us, airport is on a ground stop until 5:30. Not seeing too many lightning strikes, but that rain definitely not as bad if we move out as we're seeing about to move into Port St. John. So Cape Canaveral going to be seeing that rain probably within the next half hour. Backing down towards southern Brevard and southern Osceola County, lots of lightning in here. And something that I do want to check. Oh, Yasmin, slowly moving offshore, and I'm watching the oceanside lightning go off the coast. If I see anything crazy on our Hard Rock camera, I'll pull it back up, but I keep glancing up. I can't catch lightning on that yet. But again, thank you for the reports as well. Sorry, catching up on a couple of comments on YouTube. Seeing if I missed any comments there with storm reports. It looks like just a lot of people writing in from where they're watching from. So folks, if you want to write in where you're seeing your storm reports, that would be great. But we'll wrap this up within the next 5 minutes, and make sure you tune in on Fox 35 for the rest of the forecast coming up at 6 o'clock after golf's done. We'll be on until 7 from there. Clearing up in Palm Coast, that's great. Good stuff. All right, so we're keeping an eye on this little cluster of lightning right here. And so, again, when we see thunderstorms, we see lightning pick up very quickly. And when lightning almost clusters like that, it usually means the storm is strengthening or is continuing to strengthen. So if I even back out a little bit, we can see that lightning count slowly starting to fade, which is good news. It looks like that thunderstorm really picked up, but is slowly starting to die down. Yeehaw Junction, you're going to be seeing a lot of heavy rain very, very soon, my friends. Seeing this storm making its way towards directly to the east at 16 miles per hour. So let's time that if you're in the Yeehaw Junction area. Oops. There we go. 16 miles per hour. Let's do no laps here. Draw down this end of the front. Bring it over 16. So if you're in Yeehaw Junction up towards West Melbourne, Malabar, even over Grant Valcaria, you're going to need to be on the lookout probably within the next half hour, 45 minutes, because we're going to be seeing all of this rain continuing to push eastward. But luckily, not seeing these thunderstorms misbehaving too much. That's the good news. We're keeping an eye on things. Again, it's Florida in the summertime. We are very used to these. However, just with these storms, they pick up and die down very quickly. So there is the possibility of still just that very little brief rotation. But again, I don't think it'll ever be strong enough where we could see a tornado, at least for today. Most of the collisions are pretty much done. So I think we're just going to be seeing the last of these storms slowly start to fizzle out as we head through the rest of the evening. But again, we're going to keep an eye on these storms as they continue to make their way off coast. But ultimately, we are going to be back on the air on Fox 35 just after golf is done. So fingers crossed if golf ends on time, that'll be at 6. But we are, again, kind of at the mercy of golf through the rest of the evening. So if golf runs late, we'll be on a little bit late as well. So make sure you just stay tuned with us here at Fox 35, and also make sure you download that Fox Weather app as well as the Fox Local app to make sure you are never missing a weather update. And also turn on our notifications here on Facebook. I know Noah and I here in the evenings are doing live casts on every evening, especially Thursdays and Fridays from 7:30 to 8 o'clock. So definitely come in and say hi for sure. And especially on weekends, is when we're in the rainy season, I'll be on here whenever we're not on the news to do a whole breakdown with that. But we're continuing to see these storms making their way offshore. Probably not going to be seeing any more storms in the Gainesville or Ocala area. Same with the Villages down to Claremont. Lake Buena Vista, I'm not totally sold on being clear quite yet. We may see a couple more of those very light showers roll through, but we're really keeping an eye on basically Orlando eastward for those storms as we head through the rest of the evening. Well, everyone, make sure you're staying weather aware. Tune in at 6 on Fox 35 and make sure you are staying weather aware. And thank you all again to whoever wrote in their storm reports as we were reporting today. Again, thank you so much. Again, that helps a lot, especially as we're breaking down the radar to make sure everyone is getting the most up-to-date reports. But again, thanks so much, and we're going to be seeing a very similar forecast tomorrow as well. So stay tuned, and we'll probably hop on and meet here at the same time again tomorrow. Thanks, everybody. Have a great night. Stay safe and stay weather aware.